stream, and I'm going to go through everything, okay? From the beginning to where we are now. Okay, so this is 6 hours ago. And I know the stream says part two, but I'm just clearing up and making sure that I follow along throughout because this is important. The defense's closing arguments are very important. Welcome, welcome, guys. Be sure to hit that like button on your way in. Replay gang, I'm talking to you. Go ahead and feed Mr. First Name Alga, last name Rhythm. And if you guys have any questions or any comments or perspective you want to share, feel free to jump into the comment section. All right. And I took a little bit of time because I had to eat. I was so hungry, and I'm just not myself when I'm hungry. All right. Before the defense closing, what about the laptop of exhibits? And you would say, we are still both working on that. There are a lot of exhibits. Judge, why don't we give the laptop to the jury on Monday? Today, we have defense, the rebuttal, and my charge. Judge, so deliberations will start Monday. I sent the parties my charge and verdict form, which is the jury instructions that the judge will be reading to the entire jury. Combs' Garagos. May I confer with Mr. Agnifilo, the judge? Of course. Garagos. About Mia. Mr. Agnifilo would like to show exhibit 1727 on an easel. We redacted her name so no one in the gallery can see her face. The government wants to put a post-it note over her face. Judge, how are you going to place it? Test it. And then the judge kind of laughs. Garagos, the public can't see it, so it should be fine. The judge, that's fine. Let's bring in the jury. After a time, the courtroom deputy came in and let them know that they are missing one juror. So then they broke just for 15 minutes. The judge, so we have all our jurors. We'll start in 5 minutes. Meanwhile, Sean Combs has been taken back into a holding cell by the United States Marshals. He will be brought back before the jurors are brought in. Judge, all rise. The jurors enter. Mr. Agnifilo, are you prepared to proceed with the defense's closing arguments? Agnifilo, there is a trial set forth by text messages. Then there is a trial out of prosecutors' mouths. They are different. The trial from the evidence, what is it? It's personal use rugs. That's it. That's all it is. That and swingers, a lifestyle. But prosecutors have charged one of the most serious statutes on the books. They called threesomes and rugs a RICO. I want to thank you for your service to our country. I would love to speak to you for days, but it's Friday. I am trying to be efficient. I have to cover a lot of ground, but I'll focus on the most important part, Sean Combs. Sean Combs is a self-made Black entrepreneur. He has built real businesses that are so outstanding that others create partnerships with them. We heard from Derek Ferguson. It's hard to be Sean Combs? How many witnesses said they were moved? The assistants were moved by Sean Combs. It was like Harvard Business School. He pushed me hard. Did they always like him? No way. Let's not even go there. Did they like him? No. But they loved him. Even the ones who are suing him. Mia, question mark. I'm not going to call her Mia because that's not her name. I'm going to call her the witness who testified as Mia. Remember Derek Ferguson from the Bronx? He said there were not many hiring people like me from the Bronx. There's something more to these businesses. Sometimes the real things in life are hard. No one remembers the easy days. These people grew. It was real. It was diversity. These days, DEI, question mark. Combs was doing it at 24. The prosecutors call his businesses racketeering. That's the fake trial. What happens? He gets arrested. They destroy his property. They have a special response team, an SRT. They are clandestine, can't follow with a camera. Rampant, they ran. His kids were there. And his kids are here. What the hell? I'm live? Oh, sorry. Sorry, guys. His kids were there and here. 6 of 7 in the second row. The 7th is an infant. This is who he is. The man takes care of people. Jane came here and testified against him. Today, she's in a home he's paying for. And they found boxes of Astroglide taken off the streets. And they got baby oil and personal use rugs. America is safer. 5 Valium pills. When you're doing work like that, we can't photograph you. That's the evidence. What do? They wrap yellow crime scene tape, figuratively, around his home. Around his bedroom, around the hotel rooms he goes to with his girlfriends. That's a lot of crime scene tape. The crime scene is your private Smex life. No one called 911. They called civil plaintiff lawyers. This case is about money. Cassandra Ventura sues Sean Diddy Combs for $30 million because he has $30 million. If he doesn't have it, no civil lawsuit and no criminal case. This case is about 5 minutes. It's about love. Love has been said more than 800 times in this trial. The DV violence, we own it. We did not ask Ms. Ventura about being hit, kicked, or dragged. We did not cross Jane Doe about it either. But DV is not charged. If he was charged with that, he would have pled guilty. He did that. But he did not do racketeering conspiracy and sex trafficking. He did not smidnap or bribe anyone. The first person to say this was about DV was Cassandra Ventura. She made an Instagram post. She said, "Thank you for your love and support. The DV is the issue." She could have said anything on her phone or tablet. She could have said this was about sex trafficking. She didn't say that. She said it was about DV. Believe her. Believe Cassie when she says DV is the issue. In that moment, watching that video, imagine that. To see their relationship is to see everything that racketeering is not. I am not going to go through a lot of the text messages or charts or screen time. It's a terrible thing, screen time. I'm told I'm going to tell you the story of this case. They fell in love. Cassie had a boyfriend of 3 years, 10 years older than her. But she meets Combs, and they are off to the races. Mr. Combs rents a boat, and they make love for the first time. They are in an intense relationship, 11 years. Cassie is smart. She flat won. She's got $30 million and he's in jail. You probably know that. The nice looking man behind him, they are United States Marshals. They keep him safe. Cassie has won 100 to nothing. They tell you she's a victim. This is a great modern love story. They didn't write these in the past, because they didn't have these problems. He had 6 kids at the time. It's a relationship based on love. Cassie said she was young and insanely jealous. If you're in the jury room and you don't want to go home, read their text messages at the time of the breakup. You will cry. They were selfless with each other when it wasn't going to work for the original sin of their relationship. That Gina wouldn't come here, but she's out there. Then Kim Porter passed away. And Mr. Combs said what he did. For Cassie, it was the last straw. She made an adult choice and left, like she always could leave. What happened? Nothing. Pick a message from 2018 and read it. These two people loved each other. If racketeering conspiracy had an opposite, it would be their relationship. They were their best selves when it came to smacks. There were times that Sean Combs was proud On Smacks, they found each other. It's a beautiful thing. You won't find a single a single text where she says, I didn't like that Smacks. It was an 11-year relationship. The issues were jealousy and other women, but they match up when it comes to Smacks. Swingers. She's a woman who loves Smacks, and it's beautiful. She's unafraid. Let's talk about Kid Cudi. He came in here. I'm not meaning to be judgy. Cudi came here and says, Cassie played me. She did. She played she played them both. Not everyone can do that. She goes for it. She liked she liked to Sean Combs as I'm sorry, I don't understand what I think there's a typo. Hey y'all, welcome, welcome. Let me get myself together here and figure out what he's trying to say because it says she goes for it. She liked to Sean Combs as had a relationship. Oh, lied. I guess that's supposed to be lied. She lied to Sean Combs as she had a relationship with another man, with another singer songwriter under his nose. She's not afraid of him. She was she wasn't going to tell either. No, Cassie is keeping it gangster. She's like, I'm going to lie to both of them. Cassie gets a burner phone. Finally, that's what you expect in a racketeering case. She's the one who got the burner phone. The morning of December 22nd, 2021, the whole thing with Kid Cudi and all that, she had 2 motel rooms. What? A room for the burner? She was not going to tell anybody nothing. Let's talk about racketeering. The judge is going to give you a legal charge letter today, assuming dot dot dot. The first one is the 2004 smidnapping of Capricorn Clark. Let's talk about her. She said, I wanted my life back. Capricorn Clark's parents passed away when she was young. I don't mean any disrespect. She told you. I'm happy she did. Others didn't tell you about their parents. She moves to the Bronx and meets Sean Combs. She goes super platonic. What? I think she means she didn't want it to be platonic. She's out there. You can see it. She says, you know, I had the biggest crush on you. I think we misused our dope chemistry. If she's kidnapped, why does she want to go back to work for him? She's getting her nails done with Mike B. He he's going to be mad at me. She says she calls she called 1440 and said, lock everyone in. She got the lie detector, and Mike B did too. How was she smidnapped if she went home every day? Is the government alleging 5 separate smidnappings? Paulie drove her home door to door. Smidnapping? The Southern District is charging this as smidnapping? Then he laughs. It's not smidnapping. You guys come here after day. You guys come here day after day, long days, and you come back the next day. Have you been smidnapped? No. At the time, Mr. Combs is in Raisin in the Sun. He's running a vote or unalive campaign. He couldn't care less about this. The lie detector was a former FBI. You guys have the right to say, "Huh? That sounds like a stretch. Why charge it as smidnapping?" Come to whatever answer you think is the right answer. Capricorn leaves for a year. She makes more money. Then she comes back. Sean and Cassie are having a FO. It's December 22nd, 2011. Cassie has 2 hotel rooms. Combs looked at her non-burner phones, sees messages with CC about Cuddy. CC is Capricorn Clark. Maybe called Scott in the text. Something about hiking. Why would he have a pum pum? He goes to get Capricorn. Why would she do anything with him? Go go to the moon. Why would I'm sorry. He goes to get Capricorn. Why? She would do anything with him. Go to the moon. He didn't need to use a pum pum. He didn't have a pum pum. Cuddy said Cassie told Cuddy that Cassie already told Combs. Are you following me? Sean Combs has nothing to gain by having a pum pum, and everything to lose. He is already Sean Combs. Capricorn would love to have stayed employed. If he pulled a pum pum on her, no way. Didn't happen. No pum pum. Cuddy didn't say that Capricorn said Combs had a pum pum because there was no pum pum. Working backwards, Cuddy didn't tell the police about a pum pum. It was written up as a trespass. That's all. There's no pum pum. Capricorn's story falls apart. There was the car chase, or was there? Cuddy pulled up next to the Escalade. The witness said there was no car chase. The judge is going to say you can disregard any witnesses if you find something not credible. If you see fit, it's all you need. Seems like everything is possible with Capricorn Clark. I asked her, I said, I came up here with Puff. I want to run away. I'm afraid of mountain lions. Mountain lions, I'm not saying they're not scary, but if you were smidnapped with a pum pum, no. She doesn't want to say, I want, she doesn't want to say, I went there on my own, out of my own volition. I'm not saying Diddy didn't go there. He wanted to fight him. Fine. Mother effer, Combs is not a coward. He's ready to fight. At the risk of being smexes, they are men. They fight. We're gonna have a good old fashioned 8 in the morning Hollywood Hills John Wayne fight. The Porsche. Not his style. There is no evidence. Who else would do it? Not evidence. Burning a car is coward. Is a cowardice. Be a man and fight him. What's in the car? Molotov cocktail. Why not show why not show you the gloves? I am suggesting something. Yes, that the investigation stunk. It's terrible. 2 fingerprints. What happened? Well, I don't know. You are going to determine his fate on arson on this? The DNA was consistent with a female contributor. That witness was not helpful. If it had come back consistent consistent with Combs, they would have bragged about it. Investigator Jimenez never followed up. He tried to find Cassie. Jimenez said Capricorn's brother obstructed him. They fought. I'm not saying Capricorn did it or Cassie did it. We're not here to solve the world's problems. Cassie's father didn't call him back. The witness was mad. Draw your own conclusions. Here's an email. Why is she calling him Sean Puffy Combs? For some later proof. She doesn't mention any car. Forget it. Let's turn to the London Hotel. If you want to go to someone's house, it's not smidnapping. It's unfair. Cassie is public too. Remember, Cassie also didn't want the tapes out. She had a movie coming out. Let's go back to what was said about the hotel staff maybe leaking the footage. They were worried about publicity, not a misdemeanor. Guess what happened? It was sold. The police were nowhere near this situation. Is Combs acting like a fool? Calling Cassie and saying the police are about to arrest him? She is freezing him out, as she should. He's just trying to get her attention. He leaves, goes to her apartment. He's banging on her door, maybe with a hammer. Maybe with a hammer. Maybe. I'm going to say that again. Maybe with a hammer. Carrie Morgan said that's why the police came. A neighbor called. The Intercontinental Hotel has no police, period. So he cannot be found guilty of bribery under California law, as the judge will tell you. And when Mia, the witness who testified as Mia, said she was out of Skrillo money, they should have told you that. Sean was concerned about Cassie suing him. He was not aware of any federal investigation, if there was one, so it's not obstruction. He's trying to stave off a lawsuit. And when it comes to Jane Doe, he still might. Judge, shall we break here? Agnifilo, that would be fine. And they're back. AUSA Comey says, this is during the break and the jury is out of the courtroom. AUSA Comey said, I did not want to object, but he asked the jury to ask why the prosecutors charged as they did. We need a curative instruction after the break. He told the jury that the Intercontinental was a misdemeanor. Curative instruction. He told the jury Mr. Combs is charged with arson. That is not the case. It is a RICO predicate. Judge, Mr. Agnifilo, I was going to get to RICO on the rest. This fair, I'm sorry, it's fair comment. It's a fair comment, the judge. You said, why charge a smidnapping? You can ask that. I think I'm allowed to be sarcastic. That's what I was doing here. And the Intercontinental video, it's a state matter, not federal. It's fair. It's a fair comment. The judge, can the government propose? Comey, yes, after the break. Judge, do you have the proposed language? Comey, yes. Ms. Slavic has emailed the defense our proposed curative instruction. Mr. Agnifilo, those were grossly improper. Just to be blunt about it, the jury is not to speculate about the charge. I will tell them it would be improper for you to consider that. You are to disregard those comments. Combs' Alexandra Shapiro. We did not object yesterday since you called out Mr. Agnifilo. Judge, I didn't call out anything. There was an objection. Combs' Shapiro. Ms. Slavic told the jury there might have been pum-pums at the FOs. There's no evidence of that. It was outrageous. No one is doing anything improper. Judge, you made no record yesterday. Here, I am not giving the multiple instructions, just one. Combs and Shapiro, we asked we asked you do that at the end, not now. It will suggest Mr. Agnifilo did something improper. Comey, it's needed now. Let's get our jury. Sean Combs leans over and whispers to Agnifilo, who takes a note. All rise. Judge, before the break, it was suggested you should consider why this was charged. That is not proper. I will be instructing you on the law. Mr. Agnifilo, Mr. Agnifilo. Now we'll talk about Mia. She loved working for Mr. Combs. This was not forced labor. Remember the birthday party, the birthday video we showed you? She was bubbly, popping. That's the real her. You are free to conclude that she put on an act here. If Mr. Combs felt it was improper, he would not threaten to tell Cassie. It was consensual. When Mia says it was not consensual, she is not telling the truth. There was no unwanted sexual conduct. Mia's feeling was not platonic. Mr. Steele questioned her about these wonderful pictures and slogans. Elusive. I'm sorry, exclusive. No. What? Effusive, not just a job. This is a demonstrative. This is demonstrative. You can't take it into the jury room. Consider the scrapbook she made. I'm going to read it to you. Happy 45th birthday, Puff. This is from 1991 to 1999. I hope it stirs up nostalgic feelings. Hold on, y'all. Let me take this call. It's my daughter. Hang on a second, y'all. We on pause real quick. Hey, baby. I'm streaming. Probably like around 4 or 5 when I'm done. As soon as I'm done here, I'm gonna head over there. You wanted me to come sooner? Oh, cool. Nice. We'll have fun. Okay, baby. Later. They're going to the park. All my granddaughters are going to the park today. I'm going over tonight to my daughter's. What time is it? Let me see. Oh, it's 4. I gotta hurry up, y'all. I have to go because I'm watching the babies for date night. I am watching the babies for date night. Okay. And I lost my place, y'all. So bear with me doing it. 24. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Just pause. Give me a second. I hit the wrong thing and I lost my place. I know exactly where I was, Gina. She was like, I hope this brings back nostalgia. Mm-mm-mm. My life back. I think we're getting there. Hold on. What do you guys think so far about Mark Agnifillo's his approach and the way that he's trying to kind of spin things? What do you guys think? Do you think he is attacking the government's closing um, in a like a masterful way? What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments while I try to find my place back here. Let me know what your thoughts are because there's a lot of things that I am seeing that are like, what? What is he talking about? Like the situation where he said that Diddy was banging at the door, maybe with a hammer. Just maybe he had a hammer in his hand. Just maybe. Not for sure, but maybe. That was crazy. I was like, what? What in the world? What is he talking? Why would he even bring that up? Why would he even bring that up, guys? Why? I was just like, okay. A lot of what he's saying to me, I don't think is really winning a lot of votes um, in the jury. Especially if I was sitting there, I'd be like, wait, what? What are you talking about? And then to say, oh, Cassie won. She won. And kind of trying to allude to the fact that the burner phone that Cassie had proves racketeering. Wouldn't that mean that she you guys do realize that Cassie is an unindicted co-conspirator. So him actually trying to throw shade at Cassie for getting a burner phone and kind of associating it with illegal activities doesn't do any favors for his client. You get what I'm saying? It's kind of weird, but I found my space. Let's continue. All right, so I was saying she made the scrapbook. It said, Happy 45th birthday, Puff. This is from 1991 to 1999. I hope it stirs up nostalgic feelings. Have a great, how great you've become. She loved you. You can't fake that. That's real. Don't lose sight of that. It's not just business. He gives people a home. Look at this picture. Think of a word that comes to mind. Joy. There's KK, D Rock, and Fahim in a staff photo. He created a remarkably special place. He moved people in their hearts and souls. When Mia is told she was being fired, that she is going to leave the special place, Mia, my life is over. KK, oh my God, WTF, Mia, that's not funny. Racketeering conspirator, Christina Karam writes, Mia, answer your phone or I'm going to call your parents. That's the last thing she wanted to do was to leave. And it's forced labor. Let's turn to the rug distribution. The United States presented Personal use as a distraction. Brendan Paul, and these were personal, Brendan Paul said these were personal use rugs. He said he forgot to take the cocaine out of his bag. He said, I got the best lawyer in the world and my charges were dismissed. That's what he said. Sean Combs was not selling rugs. Cassie said he was a rug addict. How is he supposed to get them grow? How was he supposed to get them? Grow his own Xanax? Did he have rugs? Yes. They found it in his house. Was he using his enterprise to distribute rugs? No. You're going to have to think through this. And guys, please no spamming in the chat. Let me see. If you're spamming in the chat, I will remove you from the chat. So please no spamming in the chat. I don't know how many mods I have in here. Hey, BGF in the chest. I think Lisa says what is still around. Because I can't really look at the chat and read this thread, okay? Didn't Mia go to work for Madonna? That's how people use personal assistants. I don't expect we're going to see Beyonce in CVS. The assistants by Astroglide. It's not what the company is doing. This is not a racketeering act. I'm going to RICO. There's no evidence of possession with intent to distribute rugs. David James said he's in Saint-Tropez. He's asked to get an 8-ball of cocaine. I asked him, anything to do with Diddy? He said no. He kept it from him. Why would he hide it? It's people in creative fields doing what people in creative fields do. It's not racketeering. I'm going to talk about Cassie. Can you smack traffic your girlfriend? Maybe if you push her into prostitution, but he was not getting any money from it. Jane Doe has some texts that are very anti-hotel night. Cassie? Question mark. She doesn't. People are in love. People are having smacks. Let's say your partner wants to do something and you don't. Where does that land? Cassie wanted this, including to be close. It's like my wife is from Los Angeles. I hated LA. Now I love LA. Sorry. That's how it happens. Cassie, she is a beautiful, sexy person. She was with Michael B. Jordan, like the most handsome man in the world. She is not messing around. Cassie is not clutching her pearls. This is how I imitate. Hold on.
Intimate.
Oh, this is how I am intimate with the man I love. You could, excuse me, you could come to love that. You want to be close. Yesterday they said some might have sometimes she might have wanted it. Oh, they said Canis, the festival, Daniel Phillips, and the Intercontinental Hotel. If she liked 75 and number 76 beats B smacks trafficking, talk about getting 0 to 60. Nothing said to him. She doesn't want to even do these again. Mr. Donaldson cross examined Daniel Phillips. Let's look at the text. Sean asked, "Are you corny?" Put a H in front of the C. She says yes. Talks about fantasies. That is their lifestyle. She writes, "I'm not going to do too many of these. My mother would dot dot dot," she writes. "My private area is hot. Is so hot. They are doing they are going through this together. I'm going to play a part of the video. In this intercontinental video, it's more likely than not that is Combs's phone. Here she is. I am not going to show you him throwing her down. You've seen it. I'm not hiding it from you. Now, here is a phone. And here now, a well-known man sitting in a towel and socks. Looks like Cassie is saying, "You're being a fool. Go back to the room." Look at it. It looks to me like she says, "Go back to the effing room." There's nothing scary in the room. Then, 5 days later, he texts, "I'm so sorry." She replies, "LOL, I was just listening to sorry." They are obviously getting over it. Cassie writes to Sean, "How do I know if the rugs are going to be bad? Or you'll drink too much. This is about the hotel." Cassie told you. Sometimes she hit him first. They are in this together, okay? She says there was a grape. It did not happen. It's not charged. She was asked and said, "He graped me." But there wasn't a lot of lead up. Maybe it didn't happen. Cassie wrote to Combs. Cassie is with her current husband. Something happened. She wrote, "I told myself I didn't want anything to happen, but I'm not tripping on it. I know you aren't either." She gets a FaceTime. Um, Bogle, Bogey, Bogey Bat phone is her husband. Combs wrote, "You act like a broken-hearted angel. You need to stop living your lie." Cassie says, "I don't know who that was. I was saying thank you for last night, and I enjoyed it. The oldest trick. I don't know how Alex found out, but she says grape. There is no evidence of grape. She had consensual sex with him after. I have to defend this. It is in the case, but it is not charged. Cassie was asked, "What kind of pain did Sean put you through?" She spoke about his own personal pain, his shame. "It's beautiful," she said. He felt pain. The most painful to me was carrying around his shame. Jane Doe says almost the same thing. "I felt my partner was trusting me in a very vulnerable moment. I wanted to go along if I can be my partner's escape." Jane Doe says, "I am getting vulnerable with you in the hotel rooms. I don't want to see young Miami on a bigger yacht with you." That's not sex trafficking. If you get deep into this deep self, I think they meant stuff. This is not sex trafficking. It's people in love being real. Your Honor, when, where, I was going to go one if now. I was going to turn to Jane. "We can break." "Okay, we'll break until 1:45. Agnifilo, I think I have an hour left. Judge, Miss Comey, so I'll charge at 4 or even 5. They're back. I've thought about it, and it makes more sense for me to charge on Monday morning. Otherwise, it'll just be too late. With that, let's bring out our jury. The jury re-enters. Welcome back. You may proceed. Combs' Agnifilo. There was a suggestion that Cassie didn't get the same amount of promotion as others at Bad Boy. I think Capricorn Clark is an imperfect witness, but she did say that Cassie gets the lion's share. Either side played the videos for the witnesses, but Cassie's videos were on her devices. She said the devices were damaged, but the expert was able to open them. Bear with me, y'all. Hold on. My phone keeps going off. I'm trying to make sure I'm not missing anything. Nope. Okay. But the expert was able to open it. I don't know what role these videos played in her life, but she didn't delete them. In the videos, the hotel rooms are beautiful. The music is great. Usher and whatnot. You were never meant to see these videos. Let's be honest. Diddy was never going to release these videos. He might have said it, but no way. No way. Cassie is eating watermelon. They are listening to music. These are beautiful nights. The two Smex workers, the Punisher, I call him. He got it from basketball on West 4th Street. They thought Cassie was really into them. They were naive. I don't think this is the only man making homemade corn in America. I think it's a party. I think it's a pretty popular thing these days. Jane Doe, she wants to post things on Instagram, I guess. That's what she's into. I think she loved Sean Combs. You guys, you guys know who the father of her child is. You know who she was in Las Vegas with. She is comfortable with this. The government is not saying everything hotel nights is smex every time. I'm sorry, every single hotel night is smex trafficking. They isolated September 2023. Jealousy over a yacht. Sometimes Jane Doe didn't like the guy. She said one smelled. Then the guy is sent back. Exhibit 3187. The Smex worker got sent packing. He's a bum. But they still paid. No Smex, but got paid. Paying for time. Yesterday, they just dismissed it. But that's what happened. Jane Doe wanted it to happen. She called her guy Cabral. She liked Cabral. She wrote, my client muy caliente. Then there's the sobriety party. Jane Doe is angry over Gina. And then she says she regretted it, resented it, but she agreed to do it, unfortunately. She said that she agreed to it, unfortunately. She agreed. That's it. We can be done with it. The house. Jane had the worst lawyer in the world. Her low child support from the father. Damn. Not them trying to read her baby daddy. Not them trying to read her baby daddy in closing statements. I was trying to go through and read everything, but oh my goodness, not them going after her baby father in the closing arguments. Lord have mercy. Okay, let's go back. Jane had the worst lawyer in the world. Her low child support from the father. In my opinion, Mr. Combs did the right things paying. It's damned if you do and damned if you don't. He's paying for the house for a child that's not his responsibility. They watched corn. Jane Doe got him a mobile TV to watch it, so he'd make less corn, she said. I'm not sure that's how it works. The photos. Combs has a big pour of wine, strawberries in there, but it's big. Not like a fancy restaurant. Half hour later, something inexplicable happens. She slams his head into the counter and calls him a pedophile. The woman Ali of this age. Jane Doe says Combs kicked her doors in, but he didn't hit her. I'm not saying he should, but he didn't. Here's what we do know. A text message from Jonathan Perez says they are fighting. He says, just normal, being jealous. PD says, don't come, all good. Now, Jane Doe changes into another dress. I don't know. No sweats. She says she hides behind a wall for 2 hours. I submit, that's just impossible. She's just wrong or lying. I don't know. She comes back. Combs is in the street and no violence. Okay, it looks like she was hit twice. Doesn't look like he hauled off, nor that he dragged her. You know what this is. She is documenting her injuries. Let's talk about Anton. She sees him in Vegas with you know who, a rapper of some prominence. She is watching Anton have Smex. She's asked, what did she do? She said, I showed my tatas. Why? It sounds like spring break. Then the rapper goes up to her with a question about the lifestyle, about the swingers lifestyle. And she gives them Cabral's phone number. The story doesn't make sense. Let's say something else happened in Vegas. And then it's the same Anton who comes to her house. Coincidence? The one who shows up at her house is Anton? And she says, makes no sense. No, what she says makes no sense. Anton is a corn star. He has smacks. I'm going to have to pause right here to give a little bit of commentary, y'all. Mark Agnifilio is like tripping. He is really, really tripping right now. Because he was like, and there's no violence in one sentence. And then the very next sentence he said, it looks like he hit her twice. It looks like how can you tell how many times somebody got hit from a picture? Can y'all tell that from a photograph? We doing that now? We can do that nowadays? He is trying his best, boy. He's on his job. Jane knows there's an investigation. Did she instigate this? Her story makes no sense. Why was she so persistently violent? She says, I didn't want to do it, but she let Anton in. I submit they were trying to get past it. Oral smacks only. At the end of the day, her story has so many holes in it. You can say she prompted it. She maybe wants something in her pocket. I'm gonna have something. Maybe I'll never use it. Why an act of unprovoked extreme violence? She doesn't explain it. You guys are here because you have lived full lives. You were chosen. And they chose only 2 of the SMEX workers, the Punisher and Daniel Phillips. They could have given others immunity. Neither of the 2 admit to being a prostitute. These are their witnesses. If you get paid when you didn't have SMEX, you are getting paid for your time. In Mr. Combs's mind, this is legal. It would be different if a witness said, I won't, no, I went and had SMEX and there was a negotiation for it with Mr. Combs. I assume in every corn movie, the actors get paid to have SMEX, and yet it's legal. So he thinks it's legal. Okay, let's talk racketeering. Here's page 14 of the charge. The enterprise, the group, must be an organization. Y'all hear this? Only Sean Combs is charged here. No one testified. I was a part of the racketeering enterprise. This is the greatest divide between the evidence in this trial and what the prosecutors are saying. There is a gaping leap of evidence. They didn't charge racketeering. They charged racketeering conspiracy. They need a co-conspirator. And they just don't have one. They claim Christina Karam. The evidence at this trial shows Christina Karam is a helpful person. Kelly Morgan called Christina Karam Andy Rock. They are not co-conspirators. If John Gotti were kicking in your door, would you call Sammy the Bull Gravano? No. He is a co-conspirator. There is only one trial, and Christina Karam is not a co-conspirator. Christina Karam is a very nice person. Now he throwing a temper tantrum. She good lady. Oh my gosh. Puffy's attorney is throwing a temper tantrum, guys. There is no evidence that anyone is a co-conspirator. The firearms are not charged. Homeland Security cannot say where the pum-pums were where the pum-pums were. The Suge Knight story, it's not charged. Dawn Richards, remember her? Ms. Westmoreland did the cross, not charged. Yesterday, the government said in the videos you don't see pum-pums, but he probably shouldn't keep videos of pum-pums in them. Is that fair? That's a little ... sinister. Why are they doing that? And it was Cassie who asked to be golden showered. At some point, you can ask. I can trust the prosecutors. It takes a lot of courage to acquit. I think that the evidence shows, and you can conclude, that the government targeted Sean P. Diddy Combs. I wouldn't say that if Cassie went to Homeland Security. America is great. because between each citizen and the government, there is a jury. This is your house. I am asking you to summon that courage to do the right thing and acquit Sean P. Diddy Combs on all counts. He is not a racketeer. He is innocent. Let me go. Let him go home to his family. Thank you. Miss Comey, would you like a break before rebuttal? Yes, 15 minutes. So they take a break. The judge leaves. AUSA Slavic. He brought up conduct that hasn't been charged and said Mr. Combs is being targeted. We request a curative instruction. Judge, Mr. Agnifilo, you should have phrased it differently. But you want to focus on lack of a conspiracy. What about the targeting charge? How is that not proper, not improper? Agnifilo, no one went to law enforcement and complained. It's a fair comment. Slavic, he said what he said, targeted. It's improper and a curative instruction is required. Man, these people, then silence, everybody quiet. The government they're very well educated on the legal system, so let's see what happens. They made the argument pre-trial and they lost. This was inappropriate. The judge, I intend to add something to the charge. They should focus on whether the government proved each charge beyond a reasonable doubt. Agent Slavic, we'd like it now. Judge, there is a bedrock law that those arguments to the jury are improper. So I'll give the instruction. Combs' Agnifilo, we'd like it Monday. The judge, I'll do it when the jury comes back in 5 minutes. The jury is back in. The judge, you heard Mr. Combs. You heard that Mr. Combs was a target. That is not to be considered. That is not your concern. Ms. Comey, this is the rebuttal, okay? Y'all ready for the rebuttal of the government? Let me know. Put some emojis in the chat. Tap, tap, tap. Hit that heart. Hit the like button, y'all. Let's get active. Let's get communicative. I will read your comments at the end of me reading all of this. AUSA Comey. The defendant did not take no for an answer. Certainly not from his girlfriends. He beat them. They suggest he didn't pay for Smex, that there was no enterprise, and that the witnesses lied. But he flew Smex workers across country to have Smex with Kathy and Jane Doe while he masturbated. It was not for their conversation. It was for Smex. Remember, Daniel Phillips, he said he got paid for Smex. When he had performance issues, he stopped getting paid. The Punisher, $500 when no Smex. Thousands when Smex. I suspect you'll hear that uncalled witness were equally available to both sides. Okay, now. That's what I'm talking about. Because Agnifilo jumped up and was like, "Oh, they only called two of the SMEX workers. Why didn't the defense call some of the SMEX workers to build a counter narrative? Why do they bring up Gina? Why wasn't Gina a defense witness? Hmm. 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 I had to get a sip of water, y'all. Hold on. Okay. Um. Maybe some of these men would have worked for free, having Smex in front of the mask masturbating celebrity. Oh my God! What? Wait. Oh no! No, she did. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna read that again. Maybe some of these men would have worked for free having Smex in front of the masked masturbating celebrity, but they got paid. The defendant is guilty of counts 3 and 5. Of counts 3 and 5. Let me pull it together, guys. Oh my goodness, not the masked masturbating celebrity. That's hilarious. The defendant is guilty of counts 3 and 5. An enterprise can have unlawful and lawful purposes. Christina Karam, uncalled witnesses are equally available to both sides. Did they agree to at least two? Question mark. Yes. Quick hits. The smidnapping is corroborated by Kid Cudi. Yo, I'm still stuck on the masked. The masked. Jesus, I'm still stuck. I'm sorry, I am still stuck on the masked masturbating celebrity. I cannot get that phrase out of my mind. I'm gonna get a t-shirt. I'm gonna get a t-shirt that says MMC. Oh my God. He said she was forced to go along with them. Oh man, guys, that was really good. Oh, I needed that laugh. That was great. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. All right. Mr. Agnifilo said Mr. Combs is a fist guy. Sure. When it is his girlfriends. With men, he needs pum-pums. The London Hotel, he made Cassie go after. He made Cassie go after he stomped on her face. She wasn't allowed to go home to her mom. That is smidnapping. The arson, somehow the glove fell off someone's childlike hand. No. He said he would do it, and he did. Cassie said it. Eddie Garcia, question mark. He believed he could not go to the police under the agreement. And Combs said, watch how you spend it. That's bribery. This guy that can't get his own water bottle or plug in his own phone charger, he's the general. He delegates. Christina Koram knows the Wild King Knights involved SMEX workers. The only reason he needs thousands of dollars in hotel rooms is to pay SMEX workers. Christina Karam reads all of Combs's text, so she knew. Christina Karam alone makes Sean P. Diddy Combs guilty of count 1. Rugs. Mr. Agnifilo talked about conspiracy to distribute. But giving rugs to Cassie and Jane is distribution. That is enough. Mr. Agnifilo claims they wanted it. The defense's theory is that Cassie wanted to be urinated on, that Jane wanted to have SMEX with Anton after being beaten, and Mia wanted to be penetrated. That Cassie and Jane wanted to spend days in oil. Hold on, y'all. Hey, Bill. It is hot. So she's trying to figure out if she want to go today at all? Okay, well, I'm wrapping up. I'm almost done with this. So you want me to just head over there when I'm done? Or you want me to call you? Oh, cool. Good, good. All right. That's awesome. What happened? Is Rena at home or is she at work? Oh, okay. All right, babe. My baby's calling me, guys. Okay, where was I? The defense's theory is that Cassie, wait, okay, da 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 da. Okay, here we go. That Cassie and Jane wanted to spend days in oil with UTIs, in high heels, with strange men. Mia said no. Cassie said no. On her 29th birthday, Jane said no before Anton after being beaten. These women had no reason to lie. The defense say it's for money, but Cassie already got paid. If Cassie were lying and already got paid, why would she take the chance of perjury in a federal trial? Question mark. This is a woman standing up for what is right. Mia already settled in mediation. There's no reason for her to put on a show for you. Jane Doe doesn't intend to sue. These women refuse to let trauma swallow up their whole lives. That struggle tells you these women told the truth. They broke free from the defendant's manipulation. Jealousy is not a defense to SMEX trafficking. Jane Doe picking out Cabral and Anton was her way of taking back some control. Yes, she texted Smex workers sometimes, he told her. Sometimes she knew he would ask. She felt she had no choice. That's coercion. The defendant did hit Cassie during FOs. Cassie said it. Daniel Phillips told you. And it's on video. The defendant was in a towel. The FO was not over. There's no separating the violence and the smacks. Remember when Cassie OD'd in a hotel room in Long Island and they still had an FO? When Jane Doe performed oral smacks on Anton after Combs beat on her, that was trafficking. Mr. Agnafilo said Cassie won a prize. What prize? Smacks with UTIs? Getting urinated in her mouth? It's ridiculous. They had a trauma bond. They were trapped. The cost of trapping them was a drop in the bucket for Mr. Number 1 on the Forbes list. Yo, let me tell you something. This lady did not come to play. She did not come to play with Diddy today. She brought all her little toys and Mark Agnafilo, to me, he was sounding like a misogynistic, misogynistic, like crazy lunatic. Like he sounded like my grandfather going wild. For real. He did not sound like he was up there being a defense attorney. He sounded like a big fat old nasty creepy man. That he sounded like a Pedialyte himself to me. So then she continues on. He pushed her to continue after she vomited. He knew she didn't want to. The Intercontinental, they claim he was intoxicated. That it was about a phone. He knew what he was doing. He kicks her. She calls security. So he stays to keep control of her. I want to be clear. They called Anton because he was the only repeat player in LA. They stopped with Cabral after he tried to extort Jane Doe. Whatever words used about a conspiracy between Jane Doe and Anton, there is no evidence for it. Okay. She did not come to play, y'all. We are caught all the way up, so we're live. It's almost like we're sitting in a courtroom now. She came to party. She came to play. She came to party, y'all. She's not playing with Diddy today. What I say, she's not playing with Diddy today. What? Comey is not playing with Diddy and his little attorneys today. So this is a Mark Agnafilo sound like a nutcase. I don't understand. I did not understand what he was doing or where he was going, what angle he was taking. He just kept switching it around and switching it up. I guess he must have figured if he switches the narrative around enough, the jury will be confused. The only thing that I understood was you muster that courage and set him free. That's the only part of his crossing his closing arguments that I understood. He didn't paint a picture. He didn't rebuttal much of what the government had to say or much of the evidence that the government presented, at least not in a poised fashion. And did you realize that he used profanity in his closing arguments? When all else fails, just curse. When all else fails, get your F bombs out, get your swear. Damn, break the swear jar. Just go for it. I'm like, what in the world? This is crazy. This is crazy. Crystal Ma says, this is gross for them to feel comfortable saying it. Misogynistic. Very misogynistic. And honestly, I don't think it, in my opinion, I don't know that it helped Diddy. I don't know. I don't know. Because she's sexy to them, she's not playing around, right? As as in she's a, yeah, yes, exactly. Because she's sexy, so she not playing around. And the line is at your body when your partner wants something that you don't. Sexual activity, exactly. If this is the defense's closing, it's not good at all. That is their closing. That was their closing. Libby Lou said they both wanted something from each other. Everyone around Diddy wanted something from him. Not saying Diddy isn't guilty, because he is, but these people were all absolutely, they were. Listen, I don't argue the fact that the majority of the people, including Cassie, including Jane, all of them, every single witness that took the stand except for Dr. Hughes, was indeed a co-conspirator in some way, shape, or form. They were. However, they received immunity agreements. Did you not realize that many of the people that took the stand got immunity right there in the courtroom? Because, and it had to be done that way. For those of you who are like, well, why didn't they take that why didn't they take the get that immunity stuff done and over with before court started? That's because that's not possible. Immunity has to be granted in open court in front of the presiding judge. That is why they were passing out the immunity like hotcakes during the proceedings. For those of you who are unclear of that, that is just normal procedure. Because I've heard other people, other content creators complaining like, oh my God, why are they stopping the day for this? It's a part of the process. Don't go to jail. You'll be in trouble. Uh, oh my goodness. Let me see. Hey, something foreign. Hey, BGF in the chest. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you, y'all. This is crazy. He painted a picture of his beliefs on what he thinks about women and assault. Exactly. Exactly, Crystal. Exactly. And I believe if the jury has decent human beings sitting in those seats, they would probably call into question Diddy's belief system as well, based on his attorney's performance. I'm just saying, based on his attorney's performance alone. Let's continue, y'all. He coerced Cassie and Jane Doe into this. and nothing happened. He raped Mia and nothing happened. He beat Cassie and nothing happened. He beat Cassie in a hotel on tape, then bribed the guards to buy it, and nothing happened. He was untouchable. He did not think those women would speak. And that Kid Cudi and Deontay Nash and other men would back them up. The defendant is not a god. He stands equal before the law. Find him guilty. The judge. Jurors, you may leave until Monday. So they are done for the day. That was a powerful rebuttal from AUSA Comey. And that's just my opinion. My point goes to the government again today. My point goes to the government today. The judge. The laptop and exhibit list should be ready Monday. We'll see you then. Okay, so jury instructions Monday, and then we'll wait and see how long the deliberations take. I really feel like Mark Ignifilo put his foot all up and around his mouth, like down his throat. I mean, his closing was, I'm just going to say it, bull sugar honey iced tea. It wasn't crafted in any way or method or means outside of him saying, this didn't happen, this didn't happen, it wasn't that, it wasn't that, it wasn't that. And KK's a good person. He didn't, he didn't really, I don't know. I mean, I was waiting. I thought he was going to come with something powerful, but I don't know. I'm starting to feel like his attorneys are just simply collecting their check. They know that the government has proven multiple predicate acts at this point. Literally. Literally. The government has proven multiple predicate facts of RICO. Predicate acts associated with RICO. But y'all, thank you guys for being here. I will check in with you guys on Monday. I'm not sure that I'll be well, actually, if they share the instructions that the judge gives the jury, I will come on and I'll share those with you guys. But enjoy your weekend. I know I am. I have Nana duties. I'm going to have a blast. And I'm out of here. If you are within the sound of my voice and you are not already subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing today. Be sure to set your notifications to all so that you're notified when I go live or add new content. Thank you guys for being here. You could have been anywhere on these YouTube streets, but you chose to spend this time with me, and I am grateful for that. Until next time, y'all. Later.